I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to talk about Star Trek. I am in the mood, but first, I need some water. Always stay hydrated, kids. Hey there, Trekkies and Trekkers. My name is Michael, aka the TrekLad, aka a mock stinky time. And welcome back for another installment of Ask the TrekLad, the YouTube series that seeks to explore the Star Trek universe and my own fandom, one question at a time. Before we get going, if you can like this video and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Star Trek goodness coming at you every Monday or Tuesday or whenever I can edit this video down in time. I'm really busy now. So if you're new here, the concept of Ask the TrekLad is basically that. Somebody asks me a question about the Star Trek universe. It could be trivia, it could be what's your thought on this, what's your favourite this, it can be whatever, and I will answer it. But the trick is, basically, I have to find out what the question is right here in this video. I have a bank of questions, I'll randomise it, I'll get the question, and I'll do my best to answer it in this video. So no script. Barely any editing. This could be terrible, but hopefully it will not be terrible. I'll do my best to make sure that it is passable. Let's do this, shall we? Okay, so here we go. We have all of these questions here, these wonderful questions that have come from the wonderful members of the Star Trek fan community. We've gone to the random number generator, minimum number 1, maximum number 115. If you would like to top these questions up, please consider adding yours in the comment section below. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Let's find out what we have. So hit that number generator. Boom. 31. Today's question comes from Plaque Tao at JIENTHO. Plaque's question is, why couldn't they send a shuttle or shuttles down to rescue Sulu and the landing party in Enemy Within? How did Fox beam down in Taste of Armageddon when the shields were up? And why did Scotty call them screens? Okay, so I think what we have is canon inconsistencies here. Shields have always been a touchy subject, as have many aspects of tech in Star Trek. We've always seen inconsistent tech being used in Star Trek from the early days of Enterprise using lasers in the cage. But of all the technology that winds people up the most, there's always been the inconsistency of beaming people up through shields. Now, we've seen this before. We've seen this most notably in the TNG episode Relics, where Geordi and Scotty are on their ship. They are trapped in the doors of the Dyson Sphere, and they need to get off the ship. The shields are up because the shields are the only thing that's holding the doors open, allowing the Enterprise to get through, and the Enterprise is able to beam them through the shields onto the ship. And people are like, how did they do that? Because the universal rule of Star Trek is if the shields are up, you cannot beam through those shields. Okay, so I guess what we have here is we have the fact that is the uncomfortable truth is that Star Trek is not written by just one person. Star Trek is written by a whole load of people. And over the years, Star Trek has been written by many people. People with their own ideas, their own interpretations of technology, and also, quite frankly, people who are looking for ways to be able to get through certain story plot points. People who are looking for resolutions. It doesn't matter what, they will break the laws of the universe if they possibly can. This isn't just a Star Trek thing. We've seen this in television shows since the dawn of time. If a rule is established in one episode by one writer, another writer may simply just forget about that rule. We've seen it in shows across the ages, across the genres. It's not just a Star Trek thing. But to specifically answer one of your questions, Plaque, I guess the biggest thing when you have inconsistencies is a moment that you mentioned in The Enemy Within. Why didn't they send a shuttle to go and pick up Sulu when they could have easily have done that? So if you haven't seen the classic TOS episode, The Enemy Within, basically what happens is there's a geological survey happening on the planet's surface. Sulu's down there, there's a team down there, Kirk's down there, and there's an accident. One of the geologists is injured, and they have to beam him up. He's also smeared with some yellow ore, some kind of ooze is smeared on him as well in the accident. They beam the crew up. Kirk is in that crew. There is some sort of problem with the transporter. Obviously, there's always a problem with the transporter in these kind of episodes. The crew rematerializes, but dun dun dun, a couple of minutes later, Kirk's evil twin arrives on the ship as well. So obviously that sets us up with the whole shenanigans of this. And all the while that's going on, and this.
Lieutenant Kirk! I'm Captain Kirk!
Sulu is down, trapped on the planet's surface, and they are attempting to fix the transporter buffer because it's been overloaded, probably caused by that yellow oozy ore stuff. So this does beg the question, why didn't they just get in a shuttlecraft and go down to the planet's surface, load all the humans in the shuttlecraft, and come back to the Enterprise? Well, the uncomfortable answer is the writer didn't think of it. It's as simple as that, really. The writer didn't think that there was a shuttlecraft that you could just get into and go down to the planet's surface, and that's why they didn't use it. Because this is a transporter episode. Star Trek has always been loaded with these inconsistencies, you know, to fit whatever story they're attempting to tell. I usually just don't really have a problem with it. I just pretend that perhaps all of the shuttlecraft were out of commission for that day. Maybe. I mean, I know it's a stretch, but, you know, at the end of the day, we are watching a TV show where people are in these kind of ships and they're traversing across the universe, and we have to believe that this is what a rocket craft looks like. I choose to believe it. I mean, it's cool. It's a good looking thing, isn't it? But yeah. So it's all suspension of disbelief, and we all have to kind of accept that the different writers have to just go with different things. But there we go. That's my really unhelpful answer. Basically, inconsistencies arise from different writers all attempting to do their own things and tell their own unique stories. Black, thank you so much for your question. What are your thoughts on the technological inconsistencies in the Star Trek universe? Let me know in the comment section below and get involved in the conversation on Twitter. Let's plug some stuff. If you're a fan of everything that I do here, the content that I put out, the podcasts that I create, and all of the wonderful content at TrekLad.co.uk, please consider becoming a fan on Patreon. I've recently reconfigured the tiers, so as little as £1 a month will help make a difference. It's all helping workflow. It's helping me basically use the right equipment, helping me just bring this whole thing up to the next level. If you would like to be part of this journey with me, please consider giving whatever you can. And I will reward you for it. Exclusive content, early releases on everything from these YouTube videos to all of my podcasts, Networking on Nimbus 3, Sleepy Treks, and the brand new 2 to Tanagra will be yours 24 hours before anybody else can have a listen. Exclusive Discord chats, exclusive content behind the scenes. I might even send you pictures of my dog and my cats. One last thing before I go, I do also want to give Margaret Barry the biggest shout out. Margaret got married over the weekend to her wonderful Trekkie of a husband, and from the sounds of it and the looks of things, the wedding was just tremendous. Super happy for that wonderful couple. Just a wonderful thing to see happening in the community these days. So congratulations, Margaret. I hope you and your husband had a great day, and wishing you all of the very best going forward. That'll do it for this week's episode. I hope you've had fun. Stay happy, stay safe, stay well, and until the next video, live long and prosper.